The machine's Dynasty Trade Analysis tool can be found under the Pre-Draft tab, Trade Analysis. What this tool does is it allows the machine to decipher how much each draft pick in your league is worth. Now, this is unlike anything else out there. What it does is it runs a baseline draft of your entire league, and it'll draft players that are on rosters and all the elite players in your league, and it'll put them on teams to assign them values. Now, after it's done with that, it'll run a draft of your rookie and free agent draft. So it will first do a draft of players currently on rosters. Then it will do your actual draft, and it will only use players currently available as free agents or incoming rookies. Now, when I demo this, it's going to look a little different because I'm not in the offseason yet. I'm actually in my championship game. So it's only going to be looking at 1 week of this year's projections, as opposed to in the offseason, it'll look at a full year of this year's projections, and then next year, and then the year after. So I'm going to start this draft now, and this will take 5-10 minutes to run, and it's drafting all the players in my league, and it's starting with worst to first, and once it's done with that, it'll do my rookie free agent draft. And I'm not going to sit here and have you watch it for 10 minutes, but when I'm back, you'll see there'll be values assigned to each of the draft picks I have. Once the simulated draft is completed, the machine will be able to value each of your picks. So as you can see, I have a first round pick here, and I traded away my second already, so the machine understands which picks each team actually has. And I've got a couple of third round picks, and then I have some fourth round picks as well. I can select the teams I want to trade with from down here, and we'll trade with any given Sunday because he's missing a first round pick, so maybe he wants one. Now, the values for these are a little skewed because remember, this is at the end of my season. Normally these values will be a little higher because they'll be rookies, and we'll know where some of the free agents have landed. So players' value will tend to increase in the offseason. So we'll see if we can do a first round pick for, let's say, I want Marquise Colston. Now, once I have a trade there, it's going to tell me what the trade looks like right away. It looks like it's in my favor. This value percent is the increase in my chance to win the championship. So it looks like that's pretty good, but what we can do is we can simulate the entire season with this trade being put in place. So if I add that to the simulation queue, it'll place it down here for it to be looked at by the machine. And that takes about a minute or two to run. So I'm going to do another trade while I'm looking at it. I want to see what it looks like for Jordy Nelson as well. So I'll add this to the simulation queue, and then I'll click Start Simulations, and it'll give me a more detailed analysis of the trade, other than this initial snap judgment. So we'll see what that result is. So now that I've run a detailed analysis, simulating the entire season with these players' switched rosters, I can see the Marquise Colston trade helps me a little more than I thought, but it doesn't quite hurt the other team as much as we thought. So that might be a trade that's worth pursuing. The Jordy Nelson trade really helps me, but it really hurts my opponent. So they probably wouldn't go for this trade. That's just kind of an overview of this tool.